Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to our channel. If you're someone who follows international affairs, and particularly the movements of the British royal family, you'll find today's story deeply significant. We're diving into a developing situation, one that sees King Charles stepping into a role of considerable diplomatic weight amidst rising tensions in a crucial part of the world. Before we begin, if you appreciate in-depth coverage of global events and the role of the monarchy, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below. Your engagement helps us bring you more of the stories that matter. Today's story centers on a series of meetings and diplomatic maneuvers involving King Charles, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, and former US President Donald Trump. It's a complex web, but we'll unpack it carefully, step by step, to give you a clear understanding of the events and their potential implications. Recently, King Charles has found himself in a pivotal position, as international relations, particularly concerning Ukraine, have reached a delicate point. The king's involvement comes after a period of heightened tension following a reported disagreement between Ukrainian President Zelensky and former US President Trump. On Sunday, a meeting that had been requested by the Ukrainian government, described as a surprise meeting, took place between King Charles and President Zelensky. This meeting, we understand, was accelerated following events that transpired at the Oval Office on Saturday. Reports indicate that President Zelensky and former President Trump were involved in a significant disagreement. It's important to note, for context, that King Charles had, just a day prior to this meeting, extended a personal invitation to former President Trump to visit him at Balmoral. This adds another layer of complexity to the unfolding situation. Despite this prior engagement with Mr. Trump, King Charles demonstrably showed his support and solidarity with Ukraine by hosting President Zelensky. This gesture speaks volumes about the UK's position and the King's personal commitment to international stability. The meeting between King Charles and President Zelensky was a private audience, held on Sunday. Palace sources, while maintaining a degree of discretion, have shared some insights into the nature of the talks, which were described as relatively brief. According to reports from Town & Country magazine, a respected source for royal news, President Zelensky received a warm welcome from the king. Refreshments were served at the Norfolk residence Sandringham House, and the meeting itself lasted just under an hour. Buckingham Palace released an official photograph capturing the moment the two leaders shook hands. Accompanying the image was a statement. This evening, His Majesty the King received the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, in the saloon at Sandringham House. While the palace statement was concise, it's the unspoken details that often hold the greatest significance. No further information regarding the specific content of their discussions has been officially released by Buckingham Palace. Now, let's delve a little deeper. The Sun, a prominent British newspaper, had previously reported that a meeting between King Charles and President Zelensky was already being planned. However, the timing of this meeting was brought forward significantly following the reported argument at the White House. It is crucial to emphasize, however, that palace insiders have stressed that this meeting was not a direct reaction to the disagreement between President Zelensky and former President Trump. While the timing may suggest a connection, the official line is that the meeting's acceleration was a matter of scheduling adjustments, rather than a response to the Oval Office incident. Royal expert Robert Jobson, a respected commentator on the monarchy, has offered his perspective. He suggests that the meeting's primary purpose was to reaffirm the UK's support of Ukraine. Furthermore, Mr. Jobson believes that King Charles would be acutely aware of the need to avoid any action that could be perceived as causing upset or offense to the United States. This highlights the delicate diplomatic balancing act that the king is navigating. The relationship between the United Kingdom and the United States is a cornerstone of global stability. It's a relationship built on shared history, common values, and a strong strategic alliance. Any perceived strain on this relationship would have far-reaching consequences. Let's reflect on that for a moment. At the age of 55 and beyond, many of us lived through periods of international tension, and it's always important to understand how these bonds can shape the world and the role of leaders. The situation in Ukraine is, of course, of paramount concern. The ongoing conflict has caused immense suffering and displacement. and it represents a significant threat to European security. The United Kingdom has been a steadfast supporter of Ukraine, providing both humanitarian and military aid. This meeting between King Charles and President Zelensky therefore sends a powerful message of continued support. It underscores the UK's commitment to Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The role of the British monarch in international affairs is often subtle, but it can be profoundly influential. While the king does not have direct political power, he serves as a symbol of national unity and a representative of the UK on the world stage. His actions and words carry considerable weight. King Charles, throughout his life, has demonstrated a deep interest in international relations and a commitment to addressing global challenges. He has spoken out on issues such as climate change, environmental protection, and interfaith dialogue. His engagement with President Zelensky is consistent with this long-standing commitment to global engagement. It's also important to consider the historical context. The British monarchy has a long history of involvement in international diplomacy. Monarchs have often played a crucial role in mediating disputes, fostering alliances, and promoting peace. King Charles is, in a sense, continuing this tradition. The meeting at Sandringham House, while brief, was undoubtedly rich in symbolism. Sandringham itself is a place of great personal significance to the royal family. It's a private residence, a place of retreat and reflection. The fact that President Zelensky was received there underscores the personal nature of the meeting and the warmth of the welcome extended to him. The photograph released by Buckingham Palace, showing the two leaders shaking hands, is a powerful image. It conveys a sense of mutual respect and solidarity. The handshake, a simple gesture, speaks volumes about the relationship between the two countries. The absence of detailed information about the content of their discussions is in many ways to be expected. Diplomatic conversations of this nature are often conducted with a degree of privacy. This allows for open and frank dialogue, without the pressure of immediate public scrutiny. However, we can speculate, based on the available information and the context of the situation, about some of the likely topics of discussion. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine would undoubtedly have been a central focus. The king would likely have reiterated the UK's unwavering support for Ukraine and its people. They may also have discussed the broader geopolitical landscape, including the role of the United States and other international actors. The king's perspective as a head of state with decades of experience would be highly valued by President Zelensky. The issue of humanitarian aid and support for Ukrainian refugees would also likely have been on the agenda. The UK has been a significant provider of humanitarian assistance, and the king has a personal interest in supporting those affected by the conflict. The meeting also serves as a reminder of the enduring importance of personal relationships in international diplomacy. While formal treaties and agreements are essential, the personal connections between leaders can often play a crucial role in resolving disputes and building trust. The fact that King Charles had previously extended an invitation to former President Trump to visit Balmoral adds another layer of complexity to this situation. It suggests that the king is seeking to maintain open lines of communication with all key players, even those who may have differing perspectives. This is a delicate diplomatic dance, and King Charles is navigating it with skill and sensitivity. He is demonstrating a commitment to both supporting Ukraine and maintaining the vital relationship between the UK and the US. The coming days and weeks will be crucial. We will be watching closely for any further developments and providing you with updates as they become available. Now, we'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this developing situation? How do you see King Charles's role in this complex diplomatic landscape? Share your perspectives in the comment section below. We value your insights and opinions. And at the end of the video, I ask you to subscribe and like. Thank you. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us continue to bring you in-depth coverage of important global events. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate your time and your interest in these important matters. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and take care.